For sure, the target at the end is very important, but it's even more important the day by day, the culture that we create. It's a fantastic job. For me, it's a privilege.
Enzo, thank you so much for joining us. We know it's really busy on pre-season. We're here in Seoul as we prepare for the new season, the first season with you as Manchester City manager. I just wanted to get a feel for how preparations are going and how would you assess our time in Asia so far?
Very good for different reasons. First of all, it's important the connection with the players. You know, we spend many hours together, so the connection is very important. So overall, very good.
We've got a lot of young players with us who are here in Asia. They have an opportunity to impress you and your coaching staff. These young players really do have a chance to impress you and make a mark, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a chance for them. The most important thing is that they work without pressure, just enjoy. And at the end, I always said the same. The age does not close or open door. At the end, the quality and the attitude in the way you work is what open or close doors.
Before we came out here to Asia, we signed Elliot Anderson. City fans are really excited about seeing him, especially after his performances at the World Cup, where I thought he was fantastic. Tell us why you and Hugo decided that Elliot Anderson is the future of Manchester City's midfield.
First of all, when we made the decision, it's not just about how good he is as a player, that is for sure is important, but also we have a look at the behavior, the person, the human being, and Elliot match all these kind of things. He's a fantastic player, he's very nice guy, humble, polite, and will be a pleasure for me to work with him.
Another signing who is with us here in Asia is Jeremy Monga. What has he brought to the team? Obviously, you've worked closely with him and you've seen him on the training pitch. What qualities does he have?
Jeremy is doing well. The important thing, again, they work without pressure, just enjoy, work hard, and then spending day together, for sure they're going to be better.
Jeremy was saying the other day that he had a really, really good offer from Arsenal, but he decided to come to City because of the success that we've had over a very long period. Are you finding that because of how good our results have been over the last 10, 15 years and the number of trophies that we've won during that time, that players now see City as like a premier destination?
Absolutely, yes. What the club and this organization has made in the last 10, 50 years is unbelievable. So it's also for the young generation, for the young players, it's a good reason why to join this club. And I think Jeremy did the right choice.
A few players signed new long-term contracts with us, Gvardiol, Phil Foden, and one or two others. It feels like we've got some real stability with senior players in this squad, doesn't it? For the manager, that must be a good feeling.
Absolutely, yes. Absolutely, yes. When you have the core of the team, with this kind of contract, for sure give the manager, but not only the manager, even the players and the club more stability.
We spoke to our chairman, Khaldoon Al-Mubarak, over the summer, and he said that you, in the conversations he had with you, you were really excited about taking this job, whereas he felt that other managers might have been scared by the challenge. What is it about your personality that Khaldoon has seen, and what is it about you that makes you want this role so much?
First of all, the most important thing for me has been that Khaldoon, Ferran and Hugo, they all speak the same language. In terms of, for sure this is a club that has to win games and title and has to compete. But also we talk about how we can continue to make this club better season after season. So this, from my point of view, has been very important. Again, when you join a club where all the organization speak the same language, is very important.
I'd like to get a sense of those conversations that you had before coming here. So during the conversations with Khaldoon, Hugo, Ferran, was there any kind of overriding feeling? Were there certain themes that kept coming up in the conversation? What is it that convinced you to be here?
I was very convinced since day one, and the reason why is because I know people inside the organization. I know how serious they are to get this club better season after season. That I think is an important point.
Do you think Manchester City is the top job for a manager these days?
Absolutely, yes. It's a fantastic job. It's nice. It's excited, and for me, it's a privilege.
Tell me about your backroom staff. Is there anybody in your backroom team that was part of your EDS backroom team?
Yeah, it's nice. Also, this is a nice feeling because I found 4 or 5 people that we shared time together when I was with EDS. One of them is Danny Walker, that he was with me in Leicester and the Chelsea previous club. And then I found here Chris, Adam, Nick. We were all together with EDS, and it's a nice feeling.
That's a great thing about City, not just in the football department, I think across all departments, where we really try to develop staff. Have you noticed that in other areas as well? People that you knew back in the EDS days and back in the treble-winning season, you're seeing them still here and in more senior positions?
Absolutely. This is something that many clubs, they speak about this, but then at the end, you struggle from EDS to join first team, and this club show exactly the other part. Many people from EDS, now they are in first team, and I think it's also good because they give people chance to grow, and at the end, it's all about that.
City fans will recognise one of your assistants, Willy Caballero, a former City player. What is it about Willy that's so important to you and your technical team?
It's very important, very important. The main reason is because Willy has been a football player for 20 years. So he knows exactly how the players they think, in which moment they need one more words, in which moment they need less words, in which moment they need hug. So he knows exactly how to behave with the players.
What about Enzo, the person? Tell us about your childhood. You grew up in Italy. What does being Italian mean to you?
I'm quite normal. I grew up with I think important value, and this is probably came from my family. I'm a guy that I prefer to listen before and then after speak. Yeah.
Was yours a happy childhood, would you say?
Absolutely, yes. Yeah. Again, I grew up in a family where, I saw my dad working every day and went to work when it was still dark outside. So for me personally, that's why it's so important, the work ethic. For sure, the target at the end is very important, but it's even more important the day by day, the culture that we create, and this all comes from my family, from my dad. No one of them teach me football, but they teach me things more important than football.
So your father was a fisherman, and obviously that means getting up very early and doing a lot of physical work, which isn't easy. What did that teach you, seeing that every single day?
That's, for me, it's a real sacrifice. But the most important thing is that I never seen my dad complain. He teach me the most important thing, that is the work ethic, the sacrifice, and I think it's very important.
And what about Enzo away from football? How do you switch off? How do you relax?
I have 4 kids. It's quite busy, but I spend most of the time at the training ground, and then I relax at home.
Tell us about your dog as well, because I know you've got a dog. That everybody who's got a dog gets.
You have many information, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. But they get us out. If you're a dog owner, it means that you get out, you see the world, and they bring a lot of love and things like that. I mean, what does your dog do for you?
Yeah, as you said, I have 2 dogs. They are fantastic, golden retriever. They are very nice dog, family dog. With the kids, they are very good. So we just try to enjoy.
What about music in the dressing room? Do you ever come in and switch the players' music off and put your own on? And what kind of music do you like to listen to?
No, I'm quite young in terms of music. I like house music, and I like almost the same music than the players. Even sometimes their music is very bad.
One thing we've noticed, one thing we've noticed since you came to City is you've got a tremendous sense of style with the clothing that you wear, and I think the day that you arrived on the private jet, everyone was sort of messaging each other saying, you know, Enzo looks great. Where do you get your inspiration from, and are there any particular labels and brands that you like?
No, probably, you know, in terms of fashion clothes, Italy is one of the most important country. I don't pay big attention to that. It's just something normal.
In terms of your playing career, who would you say is your best friend in football?
Yeah, that's a good question. I for sure, for instance, I met Willy 15 years ago. We played together in Malaga, and he also is a friend.
And who would you say is the best player that you played with?
Together, I have been very lucky because I share time with top players. Zidane was one of them, Del Piero, Inzaghi, many players.
And who would you say is the most underrated player that you've played with?
Jeremy Monga, a French player that we shared 2 years together when I was in Malaga, and he was top midfielder.
The sad passing recently of Franco Baresi has kind of united the football world because he was a very special player and a very special person as well. I think it's got a lot of people thinking about the golden years in Serie A, the 90s and 2000s. All the best players were there. You know it very well. You were playing in Italy during that time and came through academies there. I mean, what made that era of Italian football so special, do you think?
It was the best years in Italian football. Milan, Juve, Inter, even Lazio, Roma, Parma. They were all clubs that they attract big players from everywhere. Now, unfortunately, the situation is completely in the other side, in the opposite side. Hopefully, in the future, we can come back and be one of the best country in Europe. Why? Probably because, again, football belonged to the players. In that era, all the best players they were in Italy.
What do you think was the best Italian team of that period, that golden era?
Milan with Sacchi was fantastic team. Gullit, Van Basten, Ancelotti was the player. Donadoni, Maldini, Costa Curta, Baresi. That was a top club, top team.
John Stones has just joined Inter, a Manchester City legend, very classy defender. Do you think he'll adapt well to play in Italian football?
Absolutely, yes. First of all, because a good player, they adapt everywhere, and John is a fantastic player. Also, he deserves the best because he's a good guy, so all the best to John, and no doubt that he's going to do very good.
Just focusing on Manchester City a little bit, you know, you worked here during the treble year. Some iconic City players were part of that squad, like real City legends. Who did you think was the most influential during that year? Because that was the greatest year in City's history.
I think it's never about just one player. When something like this happens, it's because you create chemica, you know, between players, staff, fans, club, everyone. I think there were like 16, 17, 18 players that they are first 11 everywhere. So that's why for me it's correct not to speak just about one player, but to speak about the team, about all of them.
What are your ambitions for Manchester City?
The ambition is to try to leave this club even more stronger that I found. The club is already strong, but hopefully the ambition is that in the future I can leave this club in a stronger position.
And when City fans turn up to the Etihad this season, what do you think they can expect to see from an Enzo Maresca Manchester City team?
For me, the important thing is that the fans, they can recognize what each player is doing, that it's something important, and for sure the ambition, the desire to win games and to continue to compete to win titles.
And in however many years, when you leave City, because we all eventually leave our roles, if someone was to describe your City team, what words would you hope that they use?
The identity. They recognize the identity, and in years they can talk about the team very clear, or you recognize again the identity, what the players want, in which way we want to play with passion. That is something that is, in my mind, is one of the main things.
And just finally, you've had a very rich career. If you look at the clubs you played for, AC Milan, Cagliari, West Brom, Juventus, Bologna, Fiorentina, Sevilla, Olympiacos, Malaga, Sampdoria, Palermo, Hellas Verona. It's a very rich, rich career. Do you feel that that's helped you become the manager that you are, to have had so many different experiences in different countries, played with so many different players, and worked under so many different managers?
Yeah, no, for sure. When you play, in 4 different countries, I play in Italy, Spain, England, and Greece. That shape you in all the aspects as a human being, because you need to learn different language, you need to adapt to different food, different culture. So as a human being, yes, you need to grow, and as a player also you shape a little bit your view. And no doubt that also the way I try to manage players and team today is because of the general experience.
Fantastic. Well, Enzo, we're all really, really excited to see your team play this year, and good luck for the season.
Thank you very much. Thank you.